Hello, my name is Rodrigo Guia Jimenez. The business case that I chose is from MIT Sloan School of Management, where they speak at conference about how German labor systems will be introduced in the U.S. Companies and industries. So, how they will get involved with with the same companies and the advantage that this new labor system will possibly impact the American industries and the business of USA. But also, like other things, there are disadvantages of this the same thing that American who are presenting at the Congress that took place in September 7 of 2018 in Massachusetts, in Cambridge specifically. Uh, Involved by the Germans are Jürgen Hartwig and Michael Branch. And of the part of the Americans are Senator Baldwin and Senator Elizabeth Warren, together with the Professor Kathleen Tellen, who comes from the same school and is the organized this Congress. Only that he's with the senators to defend the posture of the, the business system in the USA. Well, it starts the Germans, Jürgen Haldwin and Michael Branch are facing a situation that was difficult of them because they had never had a situation like this before. The situation is a critical combines that American schoolmates Senator Baldwin and the Senator Elizabeth Warren, together with Professor Kathleen Tellen. The situation of the Americans is very difficult because they have arguments that the Congress doesn't are in favor to the adaptation of the German labor system to these industries, while the German possibly explain the advantages they will have with the German labor system in these industries, more money, something like that. But according to the discussion, all of the arguments that they give, the Germans, but both of both the Congress and the American senators will have to make a decision. The decision to approve the labor system of Germany or don't approve. There's a decision, 50 to 50. And so perhaps they will accept, perhaps they will refuse. Soon we will know the answers, but the doubt is why the situation was so critical for the Germans. If everything went very well at the beginning of the Congress, this looks very bad. It was September 7 of 2018, starting with a beautiful morning in Massachusetts, where they have a good places to live and study because they have good schools and especially in certain areas. For example, the MIT Sloan School of Management in Cambridge, where this very day they will have a very important event where they will talk about the future working industries in the USA. So, to the lessons of the labor system of Germany, or on the part of the Germans, were present Jürgen Hartwig and Michael Bench and the president of Work Committee of Employees. All three come from the Daimler Truck Company, where they start with a conference explaining the business environment of the German labor system and the many advantages of these systems, which consist in always working as a team. Employees or operators are always prepared for technological change so that they don't have to spend more money or more time on them to train them or to prepare them for the many consequences on events that it will pass. Also, that they have certain norms of rules that involves that workers are including the decisions of the business. There's a very important. With this, they imply that they know how to anticipate the changes in advance. This they can change because they are prepared of the changes. If something happens in the business, they have the many sources to confront this problem. And for another cases, they evaluate the impact or those changes in their activity, and they are prepared for when they occur in terms of their business environment. After they mentioned that their German labor system was about, or rather how it works in their country, According to the company where they work, it was the turn of the Americans who mentioned that not only from Germany lessons can be drawn, but also from USA senators, Baldwin and Senator Elizabeth Warren, who mentioned according to the business structure that in US labor system that have been focusing or increasing the changes with the existing structure of their companies. In addition to also having each of their companies with a union unregulates the income of the employees in order that they are restoring the quality. That's inequality and also the union in charge of paying always doesn't not does so in timely manner. They have also been constantly studying or adapt the change of technologies such as artificial intelligence and robots. But these changes or this technology still take into account certain things that have the German labor system. Well, for example, with this generates in their business that employees adapt to the needs, anticipate the changes in advance, evaluate the impact of those changes, and in your company and prepare for when these changes are implemented. On the other hand, what the Germans answer in their labor system is addition to the supporting the entry of the employees into technological strategies also supports them in the extension of the German company and also to have a better training in their system of learning in order to improve the workers, the company, and even the state. In addition to giving employees, and in addition to support the German financial system, but this is more seen to maximize the shareholder. So then with this, their clusters and local economy will be affected in a certain way since they will have to invest more in training and high technology machines to provide more tools to the employees of the companies. But in the end, they will obtain better results in the same companies where they do this expense. After commenting, generalizing the ideas affirming certain points, so that from my point of view, being a blow for the Americans, since the Germans affirm strong points that they have in the labor system, which are the following. The first, each plant has its own advice. The second, the decisions they make affect the plant and the rest of the plants that have this similar labor system or the same similar labor system. Um, and the three, workers have an impact on company decisions. In addition to this, they affirm that the half of the members of the company are employees. So this impacts the Americans since it shows that Germany fully trusts his employees, that they have in their own company the boosted to success. And this hard week made an impression of the qualifieds that German companies have that Americans do not have in their employees. For example, attitude, willingness to interact with the others and act in good faith in the company. Knowledge and understanding. Having knowledge about the same company, the relevant business, problems, challenges, options, and the responsibilities they have in the company. For example, the jobs that they had in this company. Another is the trust. In any company, but in German, American, and any other company in the world, this takes time and experience, but in the end, good relations, transparency, and exchange of information among the employees of the company are achieved, which make it achieve optimal results in the company. So, Hartwig also affirmed during the conference that if communications and mutual trust are combined, they will make an excellent employees in their company and that they will work in the best possible way. On the other hand, to the Americans like Senators Baldwin and Elizabeth, along with Professor Kathleen Tillen, won't will not he will not be very convinced with all the information and advantage that they took advantage to be successful in their company in Germany. So that the Germans branch and can we talk about something more personal on their commitment according to the technology of the work of the work of the industries in German. More than anything, if is that they trust in technology that their teams have in the companies. So that thanks to this confidence in the technological devices, the employees will have even more confidence when it comes to doing their work. And so that makes them to make decisions in the workstations. If this doesn't imply in what stage, either the initial of the or the final, they also have discussions about how is the technology work team combination of the strange laboral of the company. This among other things. So in a course of time, while the Germans already explained to the Americans, they were combined a lot more and more with the information that they gave, since it is impressive how they really trust a lot in the capacity of the employees and their technological devices, um, machines and other things that they have in their companies. So in these cases, we see how the Germans have a really advantage against the USA companies. So with this, the senators and the professor, they are also some impressed about the many advantages that they have, and they are really thinking about to really introduce the Germany labor systems to their industries in Massachusetts. So the advantages that they offer to the employers are always going to be in constant training with the new technology. This means that they will never be stuck in their comfort zone of their work area as it was. So also after changing some points of view with the Congress, they reach a point where they will talk about what things will remain in the companies in the U.S. and what things will be changed if the government uh, let enter the German labor system. So without any problem, some of the changes in the companies are the following: participate in technology issues independently of the US restrictions, change in the ecosystems of companies so that employees have more involvement in the companies. And the third, the daily management of the work is related in both than USA and than Germany as trust, leadership, respect, and understanding each other. So the persons, that means that the persons in USA and the persons in Germany will work together in a USA industry. So they will combine no, the German labor system combined the both talents, the USA talents and the Germany talent to work together and to impulse this business to the success. In addition to this American vote, the senators Baldwin and Elizabeth Warren, together with the professor Kathleen Tellen, agreed that they could adopt the way in which they work as a team in the company. Also, that they agreed to form a syndicate in the future. For these decisions, Sushil Cleven, the assistant professor of the Labor Studies and Labor Relations, associate director of the Center for Global Work, and employed at the Rutgers University School, and Gary Kestel. But for the union, the vote of the employees, they need to be able to make a union. But although these people in agreement, they inform us that there are certain managers of important companies in the state, even if the same country that they put obstacles so that they cannot enter, not cannot cannot let enter the German labor system. Aside from This they need approval of the policy of the USA and changing in legislation that will force a greater receptive managerial response. But in the same ways to the people who they say that the legislative change will be too much, since they need a lot of political support to make changes in the US policy. So also has to reach more agreements on how German technology will be incorporated in the US companies. After the Congress and the many discussions that they had about the German labor system trying to join the US, the MIT Sloan School of Management will follow up on this issue about the future of technologies and the labor field in the USA. They also give the importance to the initiative of the future unions that will be created. All this is what I call is a program about the future production. Already a little more calm by both parts, and Americans agree with more things that the German labor system had. They mention even more advantages as meetings that have the employees that through the dialogue make the best decisions. Do not need the brute force or to punish someone or character or whether to impose a decision. If they do not throw meetings between them and more and through dialogue. They also mentioned that the comites could be formed by five or more people and the company where is it established. Obviously, the company will choose the people who will be a part of the union. So there is a kind of weird because the people of the business can choose some of the persons, but eventually the business can choose also can choose the people that they are gonna be in the syndicate of the syndicate in the business. So obviously the company will obviously they also propose that both operators and unions could reach a good agreements and good communication with each other more than anything the unions in Germany explained by Jürgen Hartwig and Michael Branch, representing through the workers with the projects they do for the company, in addition to weeks and hours in the same company. This said, they have complied with the rules that the American government has regarding companies. One of these laws in these companies says that the primary objective is cooperation between the company, Comite, and the administration. This is to achieve this, achieve the discuss the dispute issues with a serious desire to reach in agreement and make suggestions to resolve this difference, in addition to making recommendations for the action. An employee must comply with their corresponding obligations at the same time also by the union to comply with this provide the full information. They also, the Americans, mention that the Germans giving to met more on their labor system is that they offer freedom of information to the employees. Thanks to this, they obtain great results according to the projects that they have and in the negotiations that they have in the industries that are in Germany. So, besides that, in Germany, they have a law that they call social issues that consist in the fact that the companies commit. So, this has the right of the co-determination more than anything else, consisting that employees at the time of doing business cannot conclude the agreement if they don't have the authorization from the company itself. So, since the commit has right consult and consulting information, so they are therefore they also have the right to know that the new technologies are incorporated into the company. So this is what's happening with the advice of employees in the companies. But everything changes in 2001 when they had a law that changed everything. That the councils now have the right to be informed and involved in the environmental projects that the companies had in the period or in the future. Besides that, they could also negotiate work agreements with total freedom. They also implement certain measures to racism and xenophobia. this happens in the German industries before they change this law. So, which more than anything was that if they heard that any employee to make a racist act, this will be dismissed immediately, or even if they were involved in a racist activities outside the company. I also helped improve the training. No, they also help them to improve the training to their employees for a better be prepared in any situations. It will help the employees to be more important or be a part of the business, be a part of the business that change a lot because they can have opinions, they can have discussions, they can be part of the syndicates or the councils. So this changed everything. This changed that the many employers that are in German, they have the power to make decisions for the business to be better, to make that business better than the competition that they have in the country or in the state or in the place in German.